Welcome to Cuckoo English Podcast for daily English practice. Hello, listeners. Merry Christmas to all of you. Welcome to the Cuckoo English Podcast, the place where we learn English through stories, feelings, and real-life moments. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jeremy. Today's episode is special, warm, and full of meaning, just like Christmas itself.
Before we begin, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and enjoy this moment with us.
Now, I must ask you something.
Have you ever noticed how people act differently on Christmas?
They smile a little more?
Strangers say kind words.
Homes feel warmer.
So wherever you are, lying on your bed, traveling, or even feeling lonely, we're really glad you're here with us.
Tonight, we're not here to teach you English the usual way. We're here to explore Christmas itself.
For those who know nothing about Christmas, we'll tell you why it's celebrated. And for those who already know, we'll share the deeper meaning behind it.
We'll also take you on a journey across the world, from snowy streets in Europe to sunny beaches in Australia, from sparkling markets in Germany to colorful homes in India.
Christmas is celebrated in so many beautiful ways, and we'll explore all of it together.
So sit back, relax, and let's discover the magic of Christmas.
But first, let me ask you, why does just one day change the way we behave?
Let me take you somewhere for a moment.
Imagine a quiet street in the evening. Soft lights glow in windows, and gentle music drifts through the air.
Inside a home, people are sitting together, laughing, sharing food.
Outside, a stranger holds the door open and smiles at you. No hurry, no anger, just kindness.
This feeling is what many people connect with Christmas.
On normal days, life moves fast. We rush, worry, and think mostly about ourselves.
But on Christmas, something changes.
We slow down. We notice the people around us. We remember love, giving, and care.
It's not only about gifts or decorations.
It's about choosing to be kinder, to listen, to smile.
And that's why this one day feels different.
Because for a moment, we become the best version of ourselves.
So, as you listen, ask yourself, if we can feel this warmth today,
Then why not tomorrow? Why not every day?
stay with us, because today we're not just learning English.
We're learning something even more beautiful.
Hey, Sophia, have you noticed how people act differently on Christmas?
Yes, smiles are wider, words are kinder, homes feel warmer.
Yes, even strangers show small acts of kindness.
It's like this one day reminds us to slow down and care about others.
And that feeling, it all began on a quiet night, a night when a very special child was born.
So let's start at the very beginning.
Christmas is celebrated because a very special child was born over 2,000 years ago, a child named Jesus.
Imagine a small town called Bethlehem. The streets were narrow and quiet. It was nighttime, and most people were resting after a long day.
Mary and Joseph, a young couple, had traveled far from their home. They were tired, and Mary was about to give birth. They searched for a place to stay.
But there was no room in any of the inns. All the houses were full. People were busy with their own lives.
Finally, a kind innkeeper offered them a small stable. Not a comfortable room, not a warm bed, but a quiet space with animals around.
And that's where it happened. In that simple, humble stable, Mary gave birth to Jesus. She wrapped him in soft cloths and laid him in a manger, a feeding box for animals.
Even though it was a small, quiet place, that night became one of the most important moments in history, because the child born there was believed to be the Son of God, a symbol of love, hope, and kindness for the world.
Outside, shepherds were watching their flocks under the night sky. Suddenly, the sky filled with light. Angels appeared, singing, "Glory to God in the highest."
The shepherds were amazed. They hurried to find the child. They saw him in the stable, just as the angels had said, and they felt a deep joy in their hearts.
And far away, wise men from the east saw a bright star in the sky. They followed it across deserts and mountains, brought gifts because they knew this child was extraordinary.
The birth of Jesus was simple and humble, yet full of meaning. It wasn't about wealth or luxury. It was about love, care, and hope entering the world.
Even today, that story reminds us that Christmas is more than gifts and decorations. It is about the joy of giving, the beauty of kindness, and the miracle of new beginnings.
So when we celebrate Christmas, we are remembering that quiet night in Bethlehem, a night that changed the world, one small, humble child at a time.
And that's the heart of Christmas: simplicity, hope, and love. A reminder that even the smallest things can have the biggest impact. As Jesus grew up, he lived in Nazareth, which was in modern-day Israel. He spent his early years quietly with his family. Joseph, his father and a carpenter, taught him the trade, and Mary cared for him with great love. Little is known about his childhood, but he grew strong and wise in his community.
When he was about 30, Jesus began his public life. He traveled from town to town, often accompanied by a group of followers called disciples. He performed remarkable acts and miracles. People were amazed wherever he went.
He faced challenges, too. Many rulers and leaders did not understand him and often opposed him. Despite this, he continued his journey, moving through villages and towns, drawing attention from both friends and those who questioned him.
His life took a dramatic turn in Jerusalem, where he was arrested, tried, and sentenced to death. Jesus was crucified, and this was a sorrowful moment for his followers.
After his death, his followers said he rose again, and people continued to tell his story far and wide. From a humble birth in a stable to a life that traveled across towns and ended in Jerusalem, the story of Jesus has been remembered for thousands of years.
His life, filled with journeys, challenges, and extraordinary events, continues to inspire stories, art, and traditions even today.
You know, Jeremy, when people hear the name Jesus, they often think of religion first.
But if we think for a moment, what he really left behind was a way of living.
He didn't chase power. He didn't collect wealth.
He sat with people. He listened. He helped.
He noticed the unnoticed, the people who were often ignored or forgotten by society.
And that's why Christmas, at its heart, feels gentle. It invites us to slow down.
Jeremy, do you think the world today needs message of Jesus more than ever?
Honestly, yes, because we live in such a fast world.
A world where everyone is rushing, where people often forget to care about each other.
And if we think back, life of Jesus was very different. He noticed when someone needed help, a kind word, or just attention.
He taught through simple acts, sharing food, comforting the sad, helping the poor, not through grand speeches or rules.
And that's the beauty of his teachings. They were simple but powerful. They showed that love and care do not require wealth or status.
He also taught forgiveness. People often hurt each other, even those close to us. But Jesus showed that forgiveness is stronger than anger, and it brings peace to the heart.
Exactly. And that's why his birth is remembered, not for the place or the gifts, but for the hope and goodness he brought into the world.
He also encouraged people to help the poor and the weak, to feed the hungry, care for the sick, and comfort the lonely. Small acts, but they make a huge difference.
And what's amazing is that even ordinary people could follow his example. You didn't need to be powerful or rich, just kind, just willing to help.
He also valued humility. He didn't want to be worshipped for status or fame. He lived quietly, showing by example how people should treat each other.
And that's why, even today, his message matters. We live in a world full of noise and distractions. People are busy, worried, and often forget the simple values of kindness and care.
Yes, and if we remember Jesus' life, we realize that being compassionate doesn't require grand gestures. It can be a smile, a helping hand, or listening to someone who feels alone.
His life reminds us that small, thoughtful actions can change the world. One act of love, one moment of care can ripple and reach far beyond what we imagine.
And that's why stories of Jesus' life continue to inspire people across generations. They show that a life of service, humility, and kindness is truly meaningful.
Even in today's fast-paced world, his example asks us to pause, to notice, to care, to forgive, to love.
So when we reflect on his life, it's not about rules or rituals, it's about choices. Choosing to see people, choosing to act with compassion, choosing to live with love.
And that is why his life continues to matter today, because the message is timeless, simple, and powerful, and it can touch anyone, anywhere.
Exactly. And if we carry even a little of that spirit in our daily lives, the world can feel a little gentler, a little kinder, just like it did on that very first night so long ago.
And that is why we celebrate Christmas on the day of the birth of Jesus.
Jeremy, can I share a small story?
Yes, please do.
There was a woman who had lost her job just before Christmas. She felt ashamed. She couldn't buy gifts for her children or anyone in her family.
That's a heavy feeling, especially at this time.
Yes, but instead of giving up, she decided to do something simple. She took out a notebook and wrote letters, small, heartfelt letters to everyone she loved.
To her children?
Yes, to her children, her parents, her friends. Each letter was short but full of meaning. She didn't write about gifts or money because she had none. She wrote about memories, moments that made her smile, times when she felt grateful, and small joys that often go unnoticed.
Can you give an example?
Sure. To her daughter, she wrote about the time they baked cookies together and flour covered the kitchen. To her son, she wrote about the afternoons they spent building little forts in the living room. And to her parents, she wrote about how their support had always given her courage, even in the hardest times.
And what about love?
She poured love into every word. She told her children how proud she was of them, how much she admired their curiosity and kindness. She told her friends that their laughter and support had lifted her spirits more than they could imagine. Even though she couldn't buy a physical gift, she gave them something much more meaningful: her heart, her attention, and her honesty.
I can imagine how powerful that must have been.
Exactly. When her children read the letters, they laughed, they cried, and they hugged her tightly. Her parents felt deeply appreciated, and her friends felt closer than ever. The letters were not just words on paper, they were little reminders of love, connection, and shared joy.
It's incredible how something so simple can mean so much.
Yes, she realized that giving doesn't always require money. Sometimes the greatest gifts are words from the heart. Gratitude, love, and attention, these don't cost a thing, yet they stay with people forever.
And that's what makes it so special. Even when life feels hard, even when we think we have nothing, we can still give. We can still share care, appreciation, and kindness.
Exactly. That small act of writing letters became a ripple of joy. Each person who received a letter shared it, reread it, remembered it, And in that way, a simple gesture of love spread far beyond what she could imagine.
It's a beautiful reminder that the spirit of giving is not in what we buy, but in what we share, our hearts, our words, and our attention.
Yes, Jeremy. And that's why this story stays with me. Even in the hardest moments, we all have the power to make a difference. One small act, one heartfelt word at a time.
Hey listeners, now it is your turn to tell us, what does Christmas mean to you personally? Is it family, joy, or something deeper?
Yes, please tell us in the comments. We love to read them. Jeremy, now let us talk about how Christmas is celebrated around the world.
Yes. You know, Sophia, what I love about Christmas?
What?
It looks different everywhere.
Yes, in some places, Christmas means snow, silence, and cozy fires. You know, like a scene straight out of a postcard.
Exactly. And in other places, it's sunshine and beaches. Imagine Santa on sunglasses sipping a coconut juice.
Santa on a surfboard, I can see it now.
In Europe, for example, streets glow with Christmas markets, twinkling lights and the smell of cinnamon, roasted chestnuts, and mulled wine. People stroll around, sipping hot chocolate, singing carols.
Ah, yes. And in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, the Christmas markets are magical. There are wooden stalls full of decorations, handmade toys, and delicious treats. I would probably buy everything and regret it later.
Me too. And in Scandinavian countries like Sweden or Norway, they had this tradition called St. Lucia's Day in December. Young girls wear white dresses and candle crowns, singing songs. Imagine trying to keep a candle on your head while walking.
That would be tricky. And in Italy, they have La Befana, the friendly witch who gives sweets to children. A witch giving gifts? That's something I never expected for Christmas.
Right? And then, if we come to the tropics, countries like Australia and Brazil celebrate Christmas in summer. People have barbecues on the beach, play cricket, and Santa arrives in shorts.
That's so different from snowy streets. I love how Christmas adapts to every place.
And in India, Christmas is celebrated with colorful stars hung outside homes, lights on trees, and sweets. Churches have midnight mass, and families exchange small gifts.
Different languages, different food, different songs, but when you listen carefully, the feeling is the same everywhere.
Exactly. Families gather, people give from their hearts, friends and strangers smile more. The warmth is universal.
In Japan, Christmas is mostly a fun, romantic time. Couples go on dates, exchange gifts, and eat fried chicken.
Yes, I heard it's so popular there that KFC even has special Christmas buckets. Imagine a Christmas dinner with Colonel Sanders instead of turkey.
Delicious, but definitely unusual.
And in Mexico, they have Las Posadas, a 9-day celebration reenacting Mary and Joseph's search for a place to stay. People sing, carry candles, and enjoy piñatas filled with candies.
That's so lively. I love that they turn the story of Jesus' birth into a beautiful, fun tradition that everyone can join.
And in the Philippines, they have the Giant Lantern Festival. Streets glow with enormous, colorful lanterns. Imagine walking through a city shining like the night sky.
I wish I could see that. Every country has its own way to make Christmas magical, yet there's a common thread: love, joy, and togetherness.
Exactly. Snow or sun, gifts or letters, markets or beaches, the magic of Christmas is everywhere.
And maybe that's why we love it so much. No matter where you are, you feel it in your heart.
Yes, and if you think about it, even if we're thousands of kilometers apart, people around the world are smiling, singing, eating something sweet, and sharing love at the same time.
That's beautiful. Christmas isn't just a day, it's a feeling, a connection that travels across continents, languages, and cultures.
And let's be honest, who doesn't love a little sparkle, a little laughter, and a lot of desserts during December?
That's true. So, wherever you are, whether in snow or sand, celebrate the warmth, the love, and maybe even a funny Santa in sunglasses.
Yes, because that's what makes Christmas wonderful. It looks different everywhere, but the feeling is the same. Joy, hope, and love.
So, listeners, Christmas doesn't demand anything from us.
It doesn't ask us to be perfect,
It simply invites us
to be kind,
to forgive.
to show up for people.
And there's something interesting about this.
Yes, this is also how learning English works.
Not through pressure, not through fear of mistakes.
But through connection, through patience with yourself,
By speaking, even when your voice shakes a little.
by listening without judging yourself for every word.
Just like life, English grows quietly, one sentence at a time.
One brave attempt at a time.
And just like Christmas, it asks only one thing from you.
To keep showing up.
So, tonight, before Christmas arrives,
Before the messages, the music, the celebrations,
take a moment.
breathe.
Notice where you are. Notice who is with you.
And even if you're alone right now, remember, you are still part of something bigger.
Because Christmas is not measured by decorations or gifts or perfect moments.
It's not about what's under the tree.
It's about who sits beside you, in real life and in your heart.
If this episode gave you a quiet moment,
Or made you feel a little less alone.
share it with someone who might need that feeling too.
And tomorrow, when Christmas finally arrives,
We hope it brings you calm.
we hope it brings you warmth. And if you enjoyed this episode, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Merry Christmas.